Whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might, for the race is not to the swift nor the strong, but chance, opportunities, and time are given to all of us. My name is Lali Tokwe, and welcome to the Alignment Conversations with Lali Tokwe. This is the day that the Lord has made for us to rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you are happy, and I hope you are having a great afternoon with your families at home. And we are privileged and honored and blessed this afternoon. And Andy Teke, he will come back. Remember, we had him last year. We had a nice conversation during the Heritage Month, and he blessed us with so much wisdom, especially wisdom from God. We have brought him this afternoon to be our guest as well, but we will take another direction. He is a pastor, and he is married to Umamus Pokazi. They are blessed with 4 kids, 3 sons and a daughter. He is the pastor at God is Able Fellowship Church, and is also a visionary and a founder, together with his wife, of the Family Enrichment Restoration Institute. Many know him as a marriage counselor and an official marriage officiator. So, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, let us welcome Pastor Kaya Maphinda. Mfundisi, ndiyakwamkela.
Thank you very much. What a privilege and an honor for me to be back.
Yes.
Like we made a commitment last year.
Yes.
And we thank God who has sustained us.
Yes.
Jeremiah in Lamentations 3, verses 23 to 24, he says it is by the mercies of the Lord that we are not consumed. Indeed, it's not by our might, by our power, but by the grace of God.
Yes.
So a special welcome again, and a privilege for me to interact with your viewers at home. And I hope they will enjoy this afternoon's conversation, and hopefully also they can engage it even thereafter.
Yes.
We give God all the glory.
Thank you so much. I believe that was a greeting. Pastors, apostles, prophets, they don't greet the same as us. You will read all the books by Paul. They have a special greeting. So that was a mouthful of a greeting. Mfundisi, we know you as a pastor.
Yes.
But many know you from, platforms where you were, officiating.
Yes, as a marriage officer.
A marriage officer. And I think most people know you by that.
Yes.
And every time we hear that Mfundisi Maphinda will be the one who's officiating the wedding, most of us will get excited, because we know that we will receive, wisdom, and we will receive a lot from you. We know that it is not by your might, but we understand that it is by the grace of God.
Amen.
You've been doing this for so many years. It's
for
been
quite
decades.
Some years.
I don't know how many couples.
It's far over 200.
I can imagine
That I have married, and the number is countless for those that I have spoken in their wedding.
Yeah.
And I can't count the number of those that I've counseled. Yeah, it's not the number.
Yeah.
It's the impact.
The impact.
Yeah, I'm an impact-driven person.
Amen.
If it doesn't bring about change in a person's life, why pursue it?
Wow.
And
you've been on radio since year
2000. Yes.
Speaking marriage.
Yes.
I know you from Link FM. Every
Link
Wednesday you're there. Whether we are married or not, but we always have fun listening.
Yes.
Enjoy listening to that show that you do with Mamungolo.
I like consistency.
Yeah.
Change is never an overnight phenomenon.
Yeah.
It is a process. So it is always very important for a person to be consistent. Do it, don't change, do it now and again.
Grow in it.
Later on, you will begin to see the results. Legacy is never established within a day.
Yeah.
It takes years.
Yeah.
So because first people have to say, who is this one?
Yeah.
And then secondly, they will have to assess your content. What are you trying to bring across
Yeah.
to them?
Yeah.
Thirdly, they are going to watch the person behind the content. Who is speaking this?
Yeah.
Then fourthly, they will want to see how consistent you are before then they follow you.
Yeah.
That's why Christ never said, go and make them. He said, come unto me, follow me first. He never gave them timelines.
Wow.
He said, follow me. Then after he had assessed that indeed they know how to follow him, they know how to walk as he has walked before them, then he was able to say, now, then
Go.
you can go.
Wow.
Paul again says, please imitate me
As I imitate
as I
Christ.
imitate Christ. That's where it begins. And you cannot call for people's attention to you unless you are sure that you have got the basic right.
Yeah. Wow. Fundis, I hear you speak about consistency, and I have watched you closely, especially with the office of, or the ministry of families. When I speak families, because I know to you it's not about going to that podium and officiate that marriage and then that is it.
Yes.
It goes beyond that.
Yes.
Even in the church that you lead, you always, it's all about embracing the ministry of families.
Yes.
So you're speaking about consistency. One would ask, Umfundisi Maphinda has been consistent,
Yes.
in all this marriage ministry.
Yes.
How did it start? Why are you in this ministry? There's so many challenges, especially if it's not married couples breaking up,
Sure.
divorcing.
Yes.
It will be in-laws not being, in good relationship with
Sure.
the daughters or the
Yes,
sons-in-laws,
yes.
or it will be children, challenging the parents and all that. So what made you to stick to this?
A family is an entry point for everything that will stand the test of time. The future of every institution is the family. The future of the society, the future of the church, the future of government, everything hinges around
family.
That is why when you look in God's creation, the Bible says, in the beginning, God. Thereafter, God created the universe. He was preparing a canvas for the family.
Oh, wow.
And he just said, let there be, and there was. Let there be, there was. But thereafter, the Bible says, then God said, let us. He changed the tune.
Yeah.
Before, he thought about light and he spoke light into existence.
Yes.
Let there be.
Yes.
There was not let us.
Yeah.
It was let there be. But when it came to human beings, he said, let us make man in our own image and likeness.
Yeah.
Thereafter, he formed, the first man, Adam, and then Eve. So you will find that then marriage is part, or the family is part of God's original plan. For many homes, for the society, for nations, for everything. In the beginning was not the church. The church only came not even secondary, tertiary.
Yeah.
It was God, the family, and the society, then governments, later on, then the church. So therefore, the family is the strategic entry point and the backbone of anything that is to stand the test of time going forward.
It all starts there.
It all starts there. That's why David says in Psalm 11, verse 3, if foundations are shaken, then what can the righteous do? Because the family is a foundation.
Yeah.
So that's how it starts. So I come from a family, not from a church. I come from a family. You know, in a church, you can be excommunicated if you flout the rules and
Of the
procedures.
church, yeah.
But what is applicable in a church is not applicable at home. You cannot be, you are so vital in your family such that the mistakes you make do not qualify you for excommunication.
Wow.
So you may not be indispensable in a church, but in your home, you are indispensable.
You may be dispensable, you mean?
Yes,
In a
yes,
church.
in a church. But at home, you are indispensable. So you are valueless, so important at home than anywhere else. So that's why even if the world can see no importance of you, but if in a family they see somebody,
That is
if you
enough.
are somebody, it nullifies
That is enough.
everything that the world may say against you.
Yeah.
So we are supposed to go back to the foundation.
Yeah.
And the foundation is a family. So that's why then I'm very consistent, very committed, very passionate. It's because we can correct the mistakes from there. We can fight and lose the battle around the issues of family. In fact, what we see in government, in public sector, in the society, is a true representation or reflection of what has gone wrong in
In our
families. Laws cannot correct the wrong. We need families. Because the family values instill discipline,
Yeah.
instill order.
Yeah.
Remember, you cannot be successful in the world without a family.
Yeah.
So that's why then the family to me is the crux of everything if it is to be successful.
So once kulunge ekhaya mfundisi, all aspects of your life, all aspects of, the
Yes.
community,
Yes.
the nation, the world,
Yes.
they become okay.
Yes.
Wow. So now I understand. I understand.
Yes.
And now we have last year.
Sure.
By the way, Umfundisi is a self-published author.
Yeah.
Last year we have launched your book,
Yes.
Marriage Encounter,
Yes.
Dilemmas and Delusions.
Yes.
And when I read the book, I'm like one of my friends who was at the book launch,
Yes.
who said, when I read the book, I thought I would hear God, 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 God,
Sure,
God,
sure.
God, God. And lo and behold, it's just realities.
Yes.
And when
Yes.
you speak in this book, or in fact, when you write in this book, you are actually, I call this book a preparation.
Yes.
Not a preparation for marriage.
Yeah.
But it's a preparation for me as an unmarried person.
Yes.
To prepare for life, to
Yes.
prepare my future, to prepare my
Yes.
destiny.
Yes.
To be more wiser in terms of the choices that I make.
That's correct.
Not only focusing on marriage.
Yes.
But when I read this book, I hear someone who is, saying to me, watch this, watch that.
That's
watch
it.
this, watch that.
Yes.
Okay, I understand you want to get married, but watch this,
Yes.
watch that.
Yes.
And also I see in this book, as I read it, a married person now, when they
Yes.
pick it up and read
Yes.
it, okay, I failed to do this, but I can correct it
That's
this
correct.
way. It's
Yes.
not too late.
Yes.
And also when I read this book, I see a parent who is
Yes.
raising a young person.
Yes, a
with a
teenager.
son,
Yes.
a daughter.
Yes.
I see a parent when they read this book to say, okay, my daughter, out of this book they can gain a lot of
A lot of
wisdom.
things. I agree with you.
So why did you write this book in a manner that you have written? Because one would think Umfunzi, when he writes his first book, especially
Yes.
on marriage,
Yes.
you would focus on marriage itself.
Yes.
As a result, no unmarried person, no youngster would be interested.
Yes.
Because, the assumption would be, Maphinda, uyabona uzovela aye kule ndawo ifela ithole.
Yes,
The one,
yes.
the things that he's familiar or works
Yes.
with. Why did you write this book in such a manner?
Yes.
Or maybe you can start even with the topic or
Yes.
what is it? The title.
The title of the book.
The title itself.
Yeah. You see, at the back of my mind, I had a picture of singles. I had that are ready to get married. I had a picture of a young person who is not yet thinking about getting married.
Yeah.
He has not even applied his or her mind around the issue of marriage.
Yeah.
But also at the back of the mind, I am thinking of someone who has recently got married. Now, and now this person is caught in between marriage as imagined and marriage as experienced.
Wow.
Now, psychologists call that psychosis disorder.
Okay.
You know, where there is what you have imagined against what is real before you.
Yeah.
Now, you are caught in between.
Okay.
Now, how do you navigate yourself through that dilemma?
Okay.
Now I said, okay, this is gonna be my audience. But again, I've got people who did not experience who did not have a good experience in their marriages.
Okay.
Some may even have landed in divorce.
Yeah.
Now, what do I say to those people?
Okay.
Let me write it in such a way that they can see where they have lost it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I should not leave them condemned.
Yes.
I must provide answers.
Yeah.
I must show them where they may have erred.
Mm-hmm.
But secondly, I must give them solutions.
Yeah.
So that life still continues.
Yeah.
But lastly, I imagine again a parent whose daughter is going to get married, whose son is going to get married. Now, how can I help that parent to speak sense to his or her daughter,
Yeah.
to his or her son?
Yeah.
But let me approach it such that also it becomes a tool that they can use.
Yeah.
Now, that's why I wrote it that way.
Yeah.
It's an attempt to change the mindset,
Yeah.
because the conduct cannot change in an unchanged mind. So I pitch it up such that it appeals to one's stereotypes. It appeals to one's philosophies about
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah.
So it's a number of things. So I said then, if I want to put together all of this, I must look for a title which is sort of embracive
Yes.
of the content.
Yes.
And then I said, for me to achieve that, I may not have a perfect title, but let me preface the book.
Okay.
Hence, you have a long preface.
Yeah. It's
Now,
good.
the preface becomes my thinking behind the philosophy, what this book seeks to achieve,
Yeah.
so that a reader has a framework of what the author, through the subsequent chapters,
Yeah.
intends
Yeah.
to achieve.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very important that a reader must start with
With
that
the
preface.
Yeah.
Because that's where I also define the title of the book. Most Christian books have reflected a preface quite differently than the way I have.
Yeah.
I have. To me, you can change it to be like a chapter.
Yeah.
So then I decided to pull two important concepts:
Yeah.
dilemmas and then delusions. Now, dilemmas refers to a multiple choices that an individual finds himself or herself facing before taking a decision on a matter.
Yeah.
Now, dilemma is about the doubts that emanate from many things that look good and possible.
Okay.
Now, you find yourself in a dilemma. Which one to take
because they're
and which one not to take? And they are all alternatives.
Yeah.
And you, it's like you are given three options. And all of them are not necessarily wrong. But you are sort of given a word of counsel to go for the best. It's easy to go for the best from the worst, but it is difficult to go from the best from the best.
Yeah, choosing from the best.
Yes. So I'm trying to paint that picture of the dilemma that young people have. Then the second concept is delusion. I am saying nobody gets married without some kind of knowledge,
Yeah.
without some kind of expectations,
An idea.
without some kind of the idea. Now, some of these ideas have long been existing, such that they seem to have formed a reality.
Yeah.
And some of these ideas are belief systems. This is what I believe. So now I use the word delusion because I want the reader to be able to draw the line between what is made to be real from what is real.
Okay. Ezazinto zithi,
Yes.
this is how marriage should be.
Yes.
This is how we know marriage to be.
Yes.
As a result, one would think that this is what marriage is.
Yes. So, in other words, I am saying subject your impressions to the world of reality.
Okay.
Because what you believe in may not necessarily be a true reflection of what is obtaining in a world of reality.
All right.
But secondly, I am saying do not ignore what is tried and tested simply because of what you want to believe in. So in other words, I am saying doubt what sounds undoubtful
Okay.
by subjecting it to a world of reality.
Of reality.
Test everything
Okay.
before you make up your mind. The problem could be the impressions you have are the ones that are not tried and tested.
Okay.
So that's why I brought the concept delusion.
Wow. Hey, this title, it seems like it's a conversation itself.
Yes.
So now what can one learn from yes, I hear you explain
Yes.
the title and stuff, but what are the things that you say they can be, of course it's your book, so everything
Yes.
will be a highlight.
Sure.
But what are the things that one can say when they read this book, they can
Yes.
go through? Or the things that you were like, as you were writing the book, I cannot leave this behind.
Yes.
Even if you wanted to, I cannot take this out of this book.
Yes.
Young people, single, married,
Yes.
everyone, they must have this.
Yes.
What are the things that you feel like in this book they are, they just topic.
Yes.
They're just your key things.
Now, in this book, I am saying marriage encounter is both a decision and a choice.
Okay.
In other words, you decide. A person can approach you. You can approach a person. It's your decision.
Yeah.
In other words, I am bringing that decision component
Okay.
of marriage encounter. In other words, I am saying, don't just commit yourself or follow people. Apply your mind.
Yeah.
This is your decision, and own this decision. Don't be influenced by pressure, by peers,
Yeah.
by any other external factors. Own this decision.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to impress upon is that it is a choice.
Yeah.
You choose whom to marry. You may decide to get married or not to get married.
Yeah.
But also the person is a product of your choice. So exercise your choice wisely.
Yeah.
And then from there, I argue and say, the value of a decision is not in the decision, but it is in the caliber of a decision maker.
Oh, wow.
I argue that your decision cannot supersede a decision maker. Your decision is a true reflection of who you are. You may not tell me who you are,
Okay.
but I can tell you who you are
But the decision.
by the nature of the decision you have made.
Wow.
Then I'm saying most people ignore the fact that their decisions are telling a story
Okay.
of who they are. Even if what comes out of your mouth sounds good, but I will be able to authenticate what comes out of your mouth by the decision you have made to date. And if I find a contradiction, I will draw a conclusion that you are just a spokesperson. That's all. You are playing to the gallery. You are an impressionist. Because what you are advocating for, I cannot see its footprints.
Yeah.
I don't see the steps of what I hear. You know. So that's why then I'm saying the value of the decision hinges upon the nature of the decision maker. Thereafter, I argue and say it is important, therefore, to develop yourself. Because by developing yourself, you are invariable in proving the nature of the decision that you'll have to make.
Yeah.
People want to make important decisions, yet they have not invested in themselves as decision makers.
Wow.
So then that's where we miss it. And that is what, in essence, I'm trying to draw the reader's attention to in this book. Then I began to break it down into different chapters. But in essence, I'm saying this is a decision matter, this is a choice matter, and in this you matter most, who you are. Therefore, don't prepare for marriage. Prepare yourself for the decision to get married than preparing yourself
For marriage.
for marriage. Don't be too much ahead.
Madam Fundis, you're speaking about decision making, and
Yes.
as I listen to you, yes, we are with the concept, the context
Yes.
now. It's marriage,
Yeah.
But I believe that what you are saying is also helps a person like personally.
Yes.
On anything.
That's correct.
It's important the decisions, choices you make, the decisions that you make.
Yes.
And also, you are bringing our attention to the fact that as a decision maker,
Yes.
you are in control.
That's correct.
You are above your decision.
Yes.
Because your decision cannot be
Yes.
without you.
That's correct.
And now, Fundisi, someone would be out there, especially in the church.
Yes.
We know like when you grow up, and maybe now you can know those,
Yes.
those stories, and this is what is wrong.
Yes.
But good cases where people, they would always be like, in the issue of umchato.
Yes.
Ndienda poop, I dreamt.
Yes.
Omnye would say, to me it's prayer, God said this, blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
all that. Mhlambi, someone out there would be like, okay, Mfundisi is talking about me taking a decision, making a
Yes.
decision and all that. But ke kuleni kweli cala lethu
Yes.
ezabazalwane, does that fit,
Now.
ingena njani? Because kaloku nam ndiyafuna kuba kuthiwe God said.
That's correct. Now, that's a very, very important question. Let me answer it by using the dreamer analogy. The dreamer. Now, there are two things. There is a dream. There is a dreamer. Now, where does the quality of the dream lie? Is it in the dream or in the dreamer?
Okay.
Where should we invest most? Is it in the dreamer or in the dream? So which simply means don't aspire for a dream. Aspire to be a good dreamer.
Okay.
So that out of a good dreamer, there will be good dreams.
Dreams.
Because, for an example, if you come to me and say, I've had this dream. As I am listening, I'm going to look at you. Because I want to see congruence. Remember Joseph, when he brought the dream to his brothers and his parents, they all said, does it mean? They interpreted that dream without Joseph interpreting it. Because when they looked at him and the dream, they could see synergy.
Yeah.
And they began to say, let us plot against the fulfillment of the dream. Now, why did they chase him? Why did they want to sell? Why did they plot to kill him?
Yeah.
It is not because they did not want him, but they wanted to kill the dream which defined the future of this man.
Yeah.
So, and they said, if you are to kill the dream, kill the dreamer. Kill. When he got into Pharaoh's house, even the wife of Potiphar, saw again that this man is not ordinary.
Yeah.
And the scripture repeatedly says, and the favor of God was upon him.
Yeah.
So now it's a classical example of the significance of the caliber of a dreamer to a dream.
Yeah.
And we see even by the way he conducted himself, because he was sure.
Yeah.
And what he was subjected to could not be compared to what he stood for.
Yeah.
That dream superseded any kind of suffering. So that's why then he could not dream before that age. God allowed him to reach an appropriate stage in life where he is able to dream a dream that could not be disassociated from him. So he lived in line with his dream. He aligned himself behaviorally with his dream.
Okay, for this, you know what? I hear you, Kanins.
Yes.
I hope someone out there,
yes,
because now we're speaking in the context of umchato.
Yes.
So you are saying to us,
Yes.
or you are saying to me, eli phupha masingalifuniseli. And another
Yes.
thing, don't be under pressure
Yes.
to fulfill the dream, and yet
Yes.
the dream doesn't speak to you.
But also, the Bible does not say Joseph was relaxed waiting for the dream,
Yeah,
because he never knew that his future would unfold through the
through
dream.
the dream.
That dream found him. He never looked for the dream.
Okay,
That dream must chase you.
okay.
That dream must look for you. Now, let me simplify it. People pause in life to wait for marriage. Beme. Linde ukutshata.
Dilinde utshata.
Athi ndidikwe finish.
Yho,
Amise ubomi.
angafundi,
And then abe ne-excuses,
angaphangeli,
angenzi yonke
angathini.
into, abe ne-excuses, abe na yonke into. No. Remember, if you pause, you allow excuses to be scapegoat, the first people that will attract are the people of excuses.
Yeah.
They will fail because of excuses.
Yeah.
Excuse will attract excuses.
So umntu makangahlali ephupheni nje, but one day I'm dreaming of getting married.
Yes.
But let them do something. Nandithi mos neBhayibhile ithi he who finds a wife
Finds a good
finds a
thing.
good.
So the point there is that marriage changes one's status, but it does not determine your value. You are not less important nor more important
Yeah,
because you are married,
Yeah.
or because you are not married.
yeah,
So marriage is just but one of the stages that we go through in life.
Yeah.
But it does not define the essence of life. So therefore, don't live for marriage. Marriage must find you living for your own goals in life.
wow.
Because immediately you stop pursuing your goals because you are waiting for marriage. Remember, when you get married, it simply means bringing someone else into your life.
Yeah,
And you do not know what garbage that person is going to come up with. So that's why in this book, I also take the reader through the implications of getting married.
Yeah.
I said it implies accountability, responsibility,
Yeah.
cooperation, faithfulness, transparency.
Yeah.
So it brings an added responsibility upon your life.
Yeah.
So it is not as easy as you are desiring for it.
Ayole yase-TV.
No, I see your yes, Stephen. It is not as easy as you are desiring for it. In a dream, it is perfect.
Yeah,
None of the sufferings that Joseph went through formed part of the dream.
yeah,
The pit never featured in the dream. Prison never featured in the dream.
Yeah.
Rejection never featured in the dream. So that's why then it is important to know that at face value, marriage is perfect. It's a nice thing.
yeah,
But in reality, I always say, which is what I raise in this book,
Yeah.
is that success in marriage is not guaranteed, but achieved.
oh wow.
It's one of the principles I raise in the book.
So you
You work hard.
you work, yeah,
You work hard. It's not inherited.
yeah. It's not
Success
obvious.
in marriage is not inherent in finding a partner.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would we have people that are divorcing? Why would we have people that are going through abuse?
Yeah.
Why would we have people that are committing suicide? Why would we have people in psychiatric institutions? Why would we have people whose lives have been ruined by unfavorable marital relationship?
Yeah.
It is simply because, number one, they never prepared themselves for the challenges associated with the benefits of getting married.
Yeah.
So that's why in my last chapter, I'm saying preparing for the unknown. I talk about emotional, physical, and mental fortitude.
Yeah.
I say prepare for the unknown because marriage journey, like any life, has blind spots. Not everything will be visible.
You know, Mfundisi, inqabile to hear, especially in the church, or especially Mfundisi, you know, speaking this reality that, yes, marriage is nice, it's beautiful and
Yes.
all that, but it's rare that you'll find that people are admitting that marriage has got its own challenges.
Yes.
And yet we long to be married.
Yes.
People are getting married almost every week.
Yes.
There are people who are getting married. But I like your approach when you say people must prepare.
Yes.
And also not preparing for marriage, but
Yes.
you prepare yourself.
Yes.
You Dinendo eti, we must be people who are able to have battles, fight our battles,
Yes.
and win.
Yes.
So that if one day one gets married and
Yes.
you're facing, some battles, you are able, both of you,
That's
not
correct.
only
You have fought and won
you have fought and
battles.
won battles.
Yeah, in your own private lives.
Yes.
Yes.
And in the Itana, when you say private lives,
Yes.
not this thing of saying abantu ababhinqileyo, like women,
Yes.
are the one who have to endure.
No.
In marriage they must be strong.
Yes.
And all that, and you'll find that they are being abused. Also, the males,
Yes.
men. No, you are a man of the house. No, be strong and stuff.
Yes.
But you are saying to us, prepare your life in all spheres of your life. You
Yes.
must be ready.
Yes.
And you must have experienced, some, situations where you had to fight, but won.
David could not have defeated Goliath had he not fought and won the bear and the lion
In private.
in private. Nobody was with him when he faced those battles.
Yeah.
Nobody. He fought and won privately, and those win prepared him for public battles.
Wow.
Now, and his elder brothers had not experienced private battles. Hence, even in public,
They could not.
they could not
and win.
fight and win.
And win.
So if you are struggling in your personal life, if you are still grappling with your identity, you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You don't know where you are. You don't know where you are going. You have no sense of the value of life. You have no sense of purpose for living.
Yeah.
You don't know why you go to bed,
Ish.
why you wake up. You can't take a stock at sunset and say,
Yeah.
was it worth living during this day?
Yeah.
Do you deserve to go to bed? Or you go to bed because everybody goes to bed?
Sekumnyama.
Ulaliswa kutshona kwelanga. So that's why abantu ufike selepha sekulelwe.
Akalelanga.
Ufike o WhatsApp
ubuthongo besi.
buthongo dololo.
Because you wanyanzeleke balale.
Ngoba uxakiwe nizawuthini?
Yeah.
Uyabona? Now you must find yourself. Who is me? Now, find the purpose. What must I live for? Then prepare yourself and pursue your purpose.
Yeah.
So that it is people who are in line
Yeah.
with your caliber that will say, that is the person that I can make things happen with in life.
In life.
Because marriage is about finding a partner.
Yeah.
Now, you must be a compelling case.
Yeah.
It's not about finding a bed in. It's
Angabe
about finding a
ngumthwalo.
partner. In other words, I don't have broad shoulders to carry you.
To carry someone else.
No. You stand next to me, I stand next. We are
Sikhulu.
partners. Together we move forward.
Yeah.
Now imagine Omnye is still suffering from identity crisis. Uzawuthini? Omnye still have got background related issues.
Yeah.
When you have not even overcome your past experiences,
Yeah.
now you bring another person.
Yeah.
Now, how will you pursue the future when even your life is still overcome by your past?
Yeah.
So that's why then I'm saying in this book, self-development is neglected.
Hey.
And yet self-development is the key
Yeah.
in life. It makes you to be in a better position to see things, to deal with things, to even pursue your goals.
Yeah.
And especially a generation esinayo, they are paying less attention to who they are. Vele nje umuntu acinga intoba ndi-right. And xa ethetha athi ndi-right. Now athi ndi-right ndinje. Yeah, ndi-right ndinje. Bantu boske naxa approacha athi uyafuna ke mntu kaThixo undamkele ndinje.
Ndinje.
Hayibo. Njani na? Because noThixo akakwamkela unjengobunjalo.
Kuba khona izinto, unjalo.
Uza unjalo, akakwamkeli unjalo, uza unjalo akutshintshe.
Yes.
Now if God, the creator of mankind, cannot live with you being who you are, you have to change. How much more komnye umuntu?
And ke ukuze uhlale nomnye umuntu, you know, sidla ngokuthi kukho laa nto kuthiwa to reach a compromise. Kunezinto that you have to just let go.
Yes.
In order for you ukwazi uhlalisana nomnye. So I believe even kwi-relationship yomtshato there comes those things. Apho ungazofika uthi hayi ndiyintombi yasemanini ndinjena ke.
Ke mna
Nomnye.
ke sisilale, I always say, I always run away from the word compromise. Because compromise has a connotation of pretending to be settling for something you do not agree with.
Okay.
Now
Ndiyakuva.
I'm saying, don't settle for what you do not agree
Yeah.
with. But there are two things. Number one, how do you sustain your marital relationship when you still have differences?
Okay.
Live with understanding.
Okay.
In other words, find ways to live with a person whom you do not necessarily agree with on certain areas.
Okay.
Now,
Without
takes-
compromising.
Yes, it takes understanding.
Okay.
Now, Christ never compromised himself before Judas Iscariot.
Okay.
He made it a point that he knows
I know, but this is what you're about to do.
this is what we're about to
And
do.
do it.
But when Judas Iscariot denied, Christ found a way of living with a betrayer. He
Never
could
changed.
have confronted. His attitude never changed.
Yeah, he never
His
changed.
assignment was not changed. You know, the agenda of Judas Iscariot did not temper with the agenda of Christ. It was understanding.
Yeah.
He understood. That's all what we need.
Yeah.
Now, I normally prefer the word you adjust.
Okay.
Now that this man has a different agenda from what I expected, there are certain adjustments I need to make
Yeah.
up until we re-establish a common ground.
Ground, yeah.
So understanding becomes the key. But number two, it takes the ability to influence a person towards change.
Okay.
You cannot change an adult. Change is never imposed.
Yeah.
But you must influence the person
To change.
to change.
Yeah.
Now, you need patience then.
Yeah.
You need maturity. Adults, bangabe uyaqwaqwazela. Hi. And yes, Lendo, that's faka.
And then I don't ask for
And yes, Lendo, but we are yes, nje nangu umsesana. We are yes. And that's noba disini chatting and chatting. Ayibo ungeka divorce uchatting. Hi, and mas noba when's a right when design ulate lo mbuzo. It's not about when's a right or when's a wrong. It's about what do you do with the person of your choice.
Lo umkhethileyo.
Yes.
Mfundisi singathetha kuse, I know. Just your last words.
Yes.
Yeah, just your last words, and then we close.
My last words is that, one, let us pay attention to ourselves more than paying attention to other people. Let us be selfish for a good cause. This selfishness must be towards self-development. Not only through the formal qualification. Read. Interact with people.
Yeah.
Remember, if you have a dream of a superstar, you cannot rub shoulders with people who own spaza shops.
Yeah.
Rub shoulders with people who are where you are aspiring to be. Because they will tell you the pathways that will get you there. They will also tell you costs associated with getting there.
Yeah.
Now, that to me is important. We must not embrace success as entitlement.
Yeah.
Success comes through hard work. No one, we have what it takes to succeed, but we are not all entitled for success. Success is a product of hard work. Develop yourself, but above all, fear God. Because the Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah.
It does not say it is wisdom in totality, but it says it is the starting point to becoming wise.
Wow.
Never compromise the starting point. Fear the Lord. Then you are beginning to be wise. He will be your way. He will be your truth. He will be your life. And with God, all things are possible. You never go wrong with God.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mfundisi. God bless you. I heard you will be in Cape Town.
Yes, on the 26th.
26 March.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us where.
I will be in Kailicha, in Cape Town. I'm sure you'll share details.
Yes, I will.
Using the social media platform with all the viewers.
Yes.
Please go there. I'll be talking with young people in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'll be talking with couples.
Okay.
And you'll get all the details on the 26th of March.
Christian Worship Center,
yeah,
right?
on Saturday, a Christian worship center. Let's meet there.
Okay.
And also invite as many people. I'll be preparing PowerPoint presentation and dealing with most of the matters that we have had a conversation about this afternoon.
Siyabulela kakhulu Mfundisi, usibulele even to your family.
Yes.
For granting us this opportunity to sit with you on the alignment conversation.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you so
getting
much.
aligned myself.
Ne?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
To you.
And that's it. It's Mfundisi Maphinda,
Yes.
who is an author of the book, Etiona, Marriage Encounter, Dilemmas and Delusions. He has graced us with his presence. I think nguye umuntu ohleli the longest time, more than like He spent more time than all other guests that we have ever, shared this platform with. And Maphinda is not on social media, but the organization Family Enrichment
And Restoration
Institute is
Institute.
there on Facebook and also on Instagram. So if you need his services, they do trainings there, they do youth dialogues, they do,
Yes.
marriage seminars. Also, if you need his services as a marriage officer, you will write or DM or inbox there. The administrators of the organizations will be able to assist you. And it's a wrap. Thank you so much for your time, and may the Lord richly bless you. Don't forget to subscribe the Alignment Conversations with Lali Tokwe. My name is Lali Tokwe, and this is the Alignment Conversations with Lali Tokwe. God bless you. Until next time.